take a look at this chart. This is a running back negative plays versus explosive run rate. And when you look at this, x-axis, so across, is explosive run rate. Y-axis is negative run rate. Jerome Ford is the one that's kind of bottom in the middle. So a lot of explosive runs, but a lot of negative runs. It's approaching a little over 8% explosive runs, but over 16% negative runs. You look up, and Kareem Hunt is on the other extreme. Doesn't have a lot of explosive runs, but doesn't have many negative runs at all. So I guess the two of them, that explains a little bit why you use them in tandem. The question I have is, what do you do to get a running game going when you don't have Nick Chubb and you don't have your tackles? I mean, do you try to get an extra? You know, they were using Nick Harris as a fullback. Now Nick Harris might be your starting center. Do you still go back to an additional tackle as a tight end and try to load up and just out-muscle teams?
You can do it both ways, right? You can go heavier personnel, or you can go lighter personnel and spread the defense out, get fewer players in the box, and see if you can take advantage of that. And I think that does tie into where Ford is at. That chart is funny with the juxtaposition. I really think it's kind of showing, not even just stylistically, but a young running back versus an old one. He does at times, I think, wants to bounce too many plays, and so you're going to get negatives where he's hoping to maybe be patient at the line or maybe get to the edge when he probably could have just made cut up field, between the tackles and taken a 4-yard gain and say, well, why didn't I live to see if I can bounce it outside and break off an explosive? And that has happened at times. It's also led to 1-2 yard losses, or you make it all the way to the boundary, but you gain a yard, things of that nature. So with more time and more experience, I think you do realize, again, with this offense, with this defense, take the 4 yards, get us a 2nd and 6, a 3rd and 2, whatever, and we'll just go from there. But yeah, I think you could go either direction. I do think they'll probably have a lot of heavy jumbo sets, multiple tight end looks with Kevin Stefanski. I think that probably is going to be a big part of what they do.